Hi, it's Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Wally, A Gift for Wally from 2009. So let's get started. Wally and Eve peeked over the top of a pile of garbage. The human was acting strange. What were they up to now? They saw two men stringing small colored lights along a rusty iron fence. Another set up a plastic statue of a fat white bearded man in a red suit, red hat, and black boots. Strangely of all, the captain from the spaceship was singing in a loud, joyful voice. Wally and Eve listened to the word carefully. Confused, they looked at each other. Rudolph? A glowing nose? They thought that Rudolph must be a kind of a robot, like Wally and Eve, but neither of them had heard of a reindeer bot before. Wally and Eve snuck closer to where the human was working. They called their bot friends over to take a look. While the robots watched curiously, the human hugged a green circle. Hung the green circle with small red dots on a storefront. More of the humans started singing. One little girl even shook a silver bell. Some of the robots had seen behavior like this before when they were living on. It seemed to happen every 12 months. They had never been able to figure it out. Wally looked very closely at the humans. He tried to understand what made them so different. Then he put his little metal fingers on it. The human looked happy. Most of the time on the planet, they had looked tired and bored, but there was something about what they were doing, what they were doing right then there on Earth, that seemed to make them very happy. Wally thought that if it made the humans so happy, maybe it would make the robots happy too. The robots studied the humans for hours. They stored what they saw in their computer brain. Then they set out to copy the humans. Some of the bots picked up trash left by the humans, bits of tinsels, fake holly, and scrap of brightly colored papers. The light bots collected hundreds of strings of lights. Wally already had a couple on his trailer. He always thought they were pretty, and Eve loved them. When the electrical was turned on, the lights shined so brightly that they looked like a supernova. M.O. hung up old socks on the wall. He had no idea why anyone would want to put socks on the wall, but the human was doing it, so he figured that he would too. Vacuum bots sucked up enough packing peanuts to fill several boxes. Unfortunately, he also vacuumed up a nose full of dust. Achoo, he sneezed. Little white peanuts floated down from the air, coated the floor like a blanket of snow. Wally and Eve roamed the ground outside the trailer for more things to use. Wally went one way, Eve went another. Eve picked up a piece of shiny metal. She found some scrap of wrapping paper. She stored them inside her chest cavity. Suddenly, she overheard two humans talking excitedly. One of them was the captain. I just love Christmas, don't you? The other human said. The lights, the decorations, the cookie, the presents. Christmas is my favorite time of year. Christmas? What a lovely word. Eve rolled it around in her mind. It sparked all her circus. Was that the name for what the human was doing? She stopped to listen more closely to what they were saying. Yes, the captain said slowly, but don't forget, Christmas isn't about things. That's just what, by and large, want us to believe. It's about giving, not just presents. It's about showing your friends and family that you care about them. The captain word hummed inside Eve. Robot didn't have family, but they did have friends, and she had one friend who meant more to her than any other. Wally. He had come to save her when she was on the planet. He had gave her his spare parts. He had cared for her and watched over her. Eve needed to show Wally that she appreciated him, but what kind of presents would do that? Eve roamed far and wide. She searched and searched. She found many pieces of junk, but none of them was quite right. Then, far from Wally's trailer, her gaze looked on something small in the dirt. It was the perfect present. 2 days later, it was Christmas Eve. The bots had prepared a celebration just like the human. Some of the smaller spots was stirring with excitement. The umbrella box wore a pointy red hat with a white pom-pom on top. The robot peeps out of the words to the songs they had heard. They didn't always understand the human words, so they made up some of their own. While all the bots were celebrating the holiday in their own high-tech way, Eve pulled Wally aside. She had a present wrapped in pretty patterned paper. Wally looked surprised. Eve, he asked. Eve nodded. Wally turned the present this way and that. He was so busy admiring how the shiny paper shimmered in the colorful lights that he almost missed Eve. Motioned to him, open it, Eve signaled. Wally carefully unwrapped the present. He folded up each scrap of paper and laid it on the ground next to him. Finally, he pulled away the last piece. In his hand, Wally held a little evergreen, a miniature Christmas tree. The long version of Eve's name was extraterrestrial, Venetarian. She had been trained to find plants and was drawn to the little tree. She knew that Wally, with his kind ways and bright and big heart, would take care of this present than anyone. Wally and Eve was outside. Together, they dug a hole in the earth and planted the Christmas tree. Wally gently placed a shiny silver star on top. Wally and Eve looked at the tree. The star twinkled brightly. It reflected the light from the real stars shining far below in the night sky. Eve reached out her hand. Wally took it. Eve, he said. Now he understood why humans like Christmas so much. So that was Wally, a gift for Wally from 2009. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. Well, another video coming out real soon.